John. Today we're going to try Kashmir by Zeppelin. The first thing you have to do is you got to get into the tuning, okay? Don't bother with standard tuning. I know some people are trying it that way, or have tried it that way, whatever. But it doesn't work, okay? If you want to sound like them, you got to get into the tuning. So, if you want to stay in standard tuning, bye-bye. But it's in Dadgad, okay? So that's D-A-D-G-A-D. So you take your 6th string and you tune it down a whole step to D. And then you leave your, the next strings A, D, and G in order. And you leave those the way they are in standard tuning. And then your 2nd string goes down to A, okay? It's usually a B, you drop it down to A. Then your 1st string is usually an E, drop it down to a D. That's called Dadgad for short. D-A-D-G-A-D. Okay? And that's the tuning they're in, okay? So, there'll be chord charts. You can check out. I don't know if she's going to put them on the screen or not. Thank you if you do, Emma. But maybe I'll share a link or something. You could just check them out if you have any trouble with it. So what you do is your first chord, this is the riff. We're going to call these different riffs because this is going to take a while. This is going to be complicated, but it's not too bad. You can figure it out if you be patient. All right, so our first chord is the 5th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, and you let the 4th string ring in between open, and it sounds like this. And I'm just kind of muting everybody else. If the 6th string rings open, that's okay. You're going to hit that in between chords every once in a while anyway. So then you come over here to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, the 5th string, 5th fret, and the open 4th string in between. That's your next chord. So it sounds like this. Then you hit the 6th string open, just like that. So, okay, your next chord is the 3rd string, 3rd fret, 5th string, 5th fret. So I had this shape. I'm just going to slide up. I'm going to use my 1st finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, the 5th string, 5th fret. I'm going to change to my 3rd finger to make the rest of it work. And you hit that one twice like this. Just like that. So from the beginning. Then you hit the 6th string after you do it twice. Then all you have to do is leave your 3rd finger on the 5th string, 5th fret, drop your middle finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and then hit the open 6th string. Okay? So, and then your last chord, you leave your 3rd finger right here on the 5th string, 5th fret, and then you're going to drop your pinky on the 3rd string, 5th fret, hit the 6th string open, and then start it all over again. Any questions? Alright, let's move on to Riff B. Okay, that's Riff B. Alright, so what I'm doing there is, let's see, 4th string, 12th fret, I'm going to use my middle finger, and then the 3rd string, 12th fret, and then my pinky goes on the 1st string, 12th fret, and you leave that open 2nd string for the whole riff that goes right down the neck, okay? So it's that open 2nd string that rings free the whole time. So I'm going to go like this, then I'm going to take my 1st finger and put on the 3rd string, 11th fret, I'm going to lift up my ring finger at the same time I do that. Just like that. Okay? So that 2nd chord, my middle is still on the 4th string, 12th fret. My 1st is on the 3rd string, 11th fret. My pinky is on the 1st string, 12th fret. Okay? So I think of this as like the 12th fret because most of my fingers are there. And then you just move everybody to the 10th fret. You do the same lick. And then the 7th fret. And then the 5th fret, and then the 3rd fret. Okay? So, I'll go over the chords. We already went over the first one, so the next one is 4th string, 10th fret, 3rd string 10th fret, pinky on the 1st string 10th fret, and then you put your pinky, you lift up your ring finger, and your 1st finger's on the 3rd string 9th fret. Okay, so then you've got this 7th fret, 4th and 3rd string, and 1st string. And then you lift it up, and your 1st finger's on the 3rd string, 6th fret. Then you got the 5th fret for everybody, and then 3rd string, 4th fret for that 1st finger, 3rd fret for these guys, and then the 3rd string, 2nd fret for the 1st finger. So it sounds like this. Then at the end you go, that's the 4th string, 3-2 open, just like that. Then you do it again. Now the tricky part is you sort of go back to like the halfway point in Riff A. It's the 3rd string 3rd fret, and then the 5th string 5th fret, and the open 4th string in between, and let's see what we got. So you hit that, and then you hit the open 6th string. And I think when I first demonstrated Riff B, I didn't hit the 6th string at that proper time. So this is the way to do it. And then you only do that one once. In the Riff B, in Riff A, you did it twice. You only do it once, open 6th string, then you put your middle finger on the 3rd string 4th fret, you leave your ring finger on the 5th string 5th fret, you do it twice, 6th string open, then your pinky drops down on the 3rd string 5th fret, twice, open 6th string, and then you do different things depending on where you are in the song. That's Riff B, and that's the hardest one to remember. It's probably the longest one, okay? But not a big deal, but something different happens after it. At this point in the tune, we got Riff A comes back, so it's not a big deal. We already know that. Okay? So far you've got Riff A, you do 2 times as an intro, then you do it 4 times in the first verse, then Riff B comes in. Then you go back and you do another verse, so Riff A 4 more times, and then Riff B comes in again, but then at the end of Riff B, we're going to move to Riff C. That's next. Okay, Riff C. Okay, that's Riff C. I think it comes up, I think it's only once in the tune they actually go to Riff C. Yeah, so it's the same thing as Riff B, except it's only once, and you do that on the 4th string, 3-2 open, but then you hit the 5th string open, 2nd fret 5th string open 4th, so it sounds like, so on the 4th string 3-2 open, on the 5th string open 2 open 4, okay? That leads us right to Riff D, okay? So Riff D is open 5th string and the 4th string 2nd fret. It's an A5, it's just an A power chord. And you're going to move it up. I'm going to use my 1st finger on the 4th string so I can slide up to this chord. Your next chord is going to be the 4th string 11th fret and then the 5th string 12th fret. Okay, you're going to go back and forth between those two. It's really cool and easy to play. Looks impressive, but it's not. All right, Riff D. Alright, so that's basically Riff D. Let me see how many times you play that. Let's see, I don't know how many times to play that. What do we got? Where does it tell me? Oh, Riff D, you do it actually 5 times. Okay, I did not do it 5 times. So, Riff D, you do what I just did 4 times, and then the last time it sounds like this. So it doesn't do that lick at the end, okay? So I won't play it 5 times, I'll play it twice, so you get the feel for both different ways you do it. So this first way that I'm going to play it all the way through with the lick, you do that 4 times in a row, and then you go to the last one. So. And then you're off to Riff E, which is pretty simple. It's, I think you're going to Riff E, right? Yeah, Riff E. It's okay. Now, what's the difference between that and C? I don't even know. Oh, yes, of course. Riff C does, because it's going to Riff D. So I had to make a Riff E. So it's the same thing as Riff B, except you only do it once. And you do the, on the 4th string, 3, 2, open, again, okay? And now you're on to Riff F. Okay, finally we're at Riff F, okay? It's the 6th string, 5th fret, and then the 2nd and 1st string at the 5th fret also. It looks like a G chord, G5, right, that you do at the 3rd fret, but because of the tuning, we're going to do it right here. It ends up being a G5 because of the tuning, it's at the 5th fret. I mute the 5th string, but everybody else can ring open that's in between. Okay, that's my first chord. My next chord, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pinky as a guide finger and bring it back to the 2nd fret, and I'm going to put my 3rd finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret and then the 4th string 2nd fret for my middle finger. My 1st finger is not going to play, and I'm going to mute the 6th string with my thumb, open 5th string. It ends up being an A5. Okay? So it sounds like this. And at this point in the song, you do it like 5 times in a row, back and forth, okay? The strum pattern, I don't know, I didn't really listen to match it up, so I'm just kind of doing my own thing here. What I'm doing is, so down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? I don't know if we could, maybe we can slow that down. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you're on to the next chord. Okay? Good luck with that. Alright, so we've got everything we really need. What we got, so I'll go over the whole form of it here. Let's see what we got. Alright, so you got your intro is the Riff A twice. Your verse is Riff A 4 times. Then you got the Riff B, that big figure there. Then you got a 2nd verse, Riff A 4 more times. Then Riff B comes back, followed by Riff C, which is just like a different ending, okay? That leads into Riff D 5 times. Then you got Riff E, which is just like C, except it doesn't have the extended little riff. It has half of it. Then you're on to the Riff F, which we just talked about, and you do that 5 times. Then you're back, Riff A comes back in again 6 times, and then Riff B again, then back to Riff A again for the last verse. Oh Father, my 4 winds fill my sails. And then Riff B comes back again, but this time it's followed by Riff E instead of C, okay? Which is more simple, okay? And then you're off to Riff F again, and you do that for the rest of the song. It's like 9 times in a row. I don't know, they probably fade out. I can't remember. But if you'd like that string, the theme that the strings are playing, So what I'm doing is, remember I've got strings tuned differently here. So my 6th string, I'm going to go up to the 6th string 5th fret, open 5th, and then the 5th string at the 1st, and then the 3rd fret. So 6th string at the 5th fret, open 5th, 1st fret of the 5th, 3rd fret of the 5th, open 4th, 2nd fret of the 4th, 3rd fret of the 4th, open 3rd, 3rd at the 2nd, 3rd at the 4th, 3rd at the 6th, and then I'm going to go 6, 7, 6, 4, 6 on the 3rd string. So, and that repeats over and over again. I don't know if they do variations, I can't remember. But that's Kashmir. Thank you. Getting that Dad-Gad tuning, it'll sound just like the song. If they're doing it in Dad-Gad, why aren't you? Thanks. Play more guitar, and thank you, Zeppelin.